Hey guys, Billy Davidson here with Davidson Pressure Washing Painting with another expert tip for you to help you complete your pressure washing jobs very successfully. So, as you see here, we're going to put some sodium hypochlorite on this building, but we got a couple problems going on. So what we want to do is look at this really carefully before we start to spray our soap solution with a downstream injector coming through this J-rod. Even if you're using a soft wash pump or an X-Jet or some other type of method to apply this sodium hypochlorite solution to this building, these are some precautions you need to take, or you could face potential disaster with your sodium hypochlorite. So as you see here, you have a broadside building here with glass panels. That is our first issue. These glass panels cannot withstand heavy sodium hypochlorite solution. So about a 1% is all you really want to put on this glass. In addition to this glass being present, one of those issues is if we put that sodium hypochlorite on there too strong, we're going to etch that glass every time without fail, no questions asked. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten pictures from guys out there in the field that were cleaning a building similar to this or a large home with bay windows, and they put too strong of sodium hypochlorite on it and they fogged up the windows, and it's very difficult to get that removed. The second issue is that the sun is shining on this side. Now what I always tell guys, if you can touch it and feel any heat coming from it, if it's warmer than your body temperature, basically like in the old days how you test the baby's milk on your wrist, if you can feel the warmth coming off that glass, you need to pre-wet it first. Reason being, the sodium hypochlorite makes contact with that hot glass and does something called a flash dry, meaning the H2O out of the sodium hypochlorite starts to dry really quickly and evaporate, leaving an extreme concentration of sodium hypochlorite on the glass. So for example, if you were throwing a 1 or 2% on this wall and you evaporating the H2O, by volume the sodium hypochlorite accelerates high, even up into the 20 and 30% range. So imagine if you had a 30% sodium hypochlorite solution spraying on this glass, what it would do. Well, that's what could happen if you spray a 1% on it and it's hot to the touch. So the way we mitigate that is just to pre-wet it very generously. I'm going to show you that here, and then we can go ahead and apply our sodium hypochlorite solution. So hang tight, I'll show you how we do it. Don't think that just one pre-wetting will do the trick. Sometimes it takes multiple pre-wettings to do it. The way you know you're ready to spray your soap solution on it is when it's actually cool from the touch. Because I could spray this one time, it dries really quickly, but it's still hot to the touch. So wetting everything down continuously for about 10 minutes actually cools that surface down and gets it ready to receive your sodium hypochlorite solution. Guys, I want to mention here too, work in small sections, because I can cool this glass down and then go work on something around the corner and it's going to heat right back up. What I'm going to do after pre-wetting it and cooling it down, I'm going to walk over there and touch it and see how hot it is. Okay guys, I do still feel a little bit of heat coming out of, so the protocol is it needs to be pre-wet. These metal frames right here are also still warm. I'm really not worried about this too much, but this heat can transfer back to that glass and heat that glass up with your sodium hypochlorite on it, flash dry it, and now all of a sudden you got a 20% sodium hypochlorite by volume sitting on it, etches it, makes it foggy and milky looking, and it is a task to remove. So again, I still feel the heat, so I'm going to keep pre-wetting. Alright guys, this is ready, much better. We've pre-wet it for a good bit. It's actually cooled that temperature out of it, that thermal energy out of the glass and the frames by causing some evaporation on here. That anytime you evaporate in water, it tends to be a little cooler. So that carries away some of that thermal energy. So now we're ready to treat with our sodium hypochlorite. So let's get this done before it heats up again. Guys, right here, we're making sure it's still wet. You can see the water still dripping. We need to go ahead and get our sodium hypochlorite on it ASAP. Don't click off the video just yet. I gotta show you something here shortly. It's very important. Burst pressure to the wall. We don't want to ever point our gun at a window, even if you got a soft start unloader. Apply your sodium hypochlorite solution from the bottom, working your way to the top. All right, guys, I hope you're still with me because this is very important. Now that we have our sodium hypochlorite solution sitting on this, we want to achieve a dwell time anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes. But also, we want to make sure this does not start to dry. If it does start to dry, you need to be in the area. Don't go walk around the corner. Go ahead and pre-wet it again with fresh water, or either reapply your sodium hypochlorite solution on there to keep it wet. In our case, we're ready to rinse this. So remember, don't let your sodium hypochlorite dry on there, and start rinsing before it does. All right, guys, so we are done with this section. We're going to move on and repeat this. We have other windows around the other side that are warm, that need this process done to it. So guys, remember, this does slow you down. Also, you need to convey this to your client as well, that you're going to be doing these things as a precautionary measure. It does slow you down a little bit. That way you validate your price. And again, guys, Davidson here with Davidson Pressure Washing Painting, help you complete your next pressure washing job successfully.